Good morning, Wave Fam from Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'm Ashley. This is Josh. Welcome to our channel.
We sold everything we had to travel the world, and now we want to share with you the way away.
So be sure to subscribe down below, give us a like, and hit that little bell so you can follow more of our crazy adventures.
Let's go. Today we are in Salt Lake City. We drove all day yesterday from Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, it was like 5 hours.
It was a beautiful drive, but not a whole lot to see, so we filmed a little bit of it for you there.
It was beautiful.
But now we have arrived in Salt Lake City last night. We got a ton of work done last night, and this morning we are waking up to this beautiful Airbnb. Check this out. But it's not just any old bed. This has a memory foam top, and it was seriously so comfortable. We did not want to get out this morning.
And it's so giant.
Now, there are some things that are different about this Airbnb that I wanted to show you guys. It's more than just an Airbnb. This has probably some of the coolest technology I've ever seen in an Airbnb. Starting with the entertainment center in the bedroom. Giant TV and a noise machine to help you sleep. So if you want some white noise or something while you're going to sleep, beautiful. There's a desk, tons of power strips. That's awesome. I mean, that closet's full of, there's a vacuum in there, there's an iron in there, there's an ironing board. But come on out here.
That power strip is awesome.
We have an actual washer and dryer right there.
That we're using.
The bathroom is gorgeous, but don't forget, right here is a Bluetooth speaker. You turn that switch on and you pair your phone with the Bluetooth speaker, and music comes out while you're showering. It's really loud, has good bass, and super high quality. Coming into the kitchen, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better kitchen. This thing is stocked full, and it comes with full pots and pans. There's a whole spice drawer. Over into the living room, we just continue with this beautiful setup. Another giant TV. You've got Google Fiber internet with a TV box right here, so you get like basically the world's fastest internet. This is content corner, as I call it, or my mess of technology. Has nothing to do with the home, but I thought I'd bring you over to the door. It looks like Airbnb has partnered with a company called August to have remote access deadbolts on the phones. Ashley can pull up an app right here. It's going to detect that there's a Bluetooth device nearby. Once it's detected the lock, she can just simply hit the unlock button. And now we can leave our home. But don't worry, if the batteries die, it's still manual.
Oh, it showed on here that you locked it too.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So this is super convenient because Josh and I yesterday, we could take our time to get here. We didn't have an Airbnb host waiting on us to give us a key. We love when Airbnb hosts have like key locks, or if this is something that they're rolling out with, I'm super excited about it because it was extremely easy for us to get into this beautiful apartment. If you come to Salt Lake and you want a place to stay, definitely check out the place that we're staying at. The link is down in the description, makes it super easy for you to book it. But we've now come to a local favorite here in Salt Lake City called Pig and a Jelly Jar for breakfast. And I got the green eggs and ham. Such a fun twist on like a childhood storybook.
A deliciously simple menu, genuinely good service, and an all-new menu just today. Fantastic place to come. I can see why the locals love it. That view you just saw was Ensign Peak, a gorgeous outlook, about a 15-minute drive from downtown, if that. And then it's a really easy walk up to the first peak, or a much harder walk to the higher peak, which we did not go to. Now we're at Gilgal Park, and it's a little place kind of in the middle of a little college area, starting to get into where the university students live, with a bunch of weird sculptures. definitely seems to be some sort of scriptural referencing here. It's kind of like modern art interpreted through some biblical texts. It's very interesting. I think perhaps what's most interesting is that it's situated in the middle of a neighborhood. It's very unassuming. Next we've come to This Is the Place Heritage Park. During the summer it's full of activities, and it's got actors and actresses that play out the Old West and what this town used to be like back in the day. But it's wintertime, so the tickets are half price, and we get to ride a train, but we don't get to go into any of the buildings. It's still gonna be really cool, I think.
I want to welcome you aboard. This is the Place Railroad and the Betsy Jane train.
And we
My
have a
name
wayfam
is
with
Eric,
us.
And I'll be your engineer and your conductor. That's about 5 miles an hour. For the 100th anniversary since the agreement pioneers into the
That's it. That was awesome.
It's pretty fun, actually. I can totally see how, especially in season, this is really interesting with actual actors walking around. But as a way to see cool old pioneer era buildings, it's really neat. In fact, this thing right behind me looks like a hut with a thatched roof. That was like one of the first structures that they built here to shelter them from the weather while they actually built their houses. I think an especially cool part is that a lot of these buildings are some of the original structures that were dismantled and brought to this place. And it's funny because this site is actually the place where the founder of Salt Lake City sat down and looked out over the valley and said, yep, this is where we're gonna stop. So that's why it's called This Is the Place Heritage Park.
Fluffy, hi.
What are you guys doing?
Good. Hi, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Can't you see she's starving? You have to feel him. Ooh, little so soft, like a little sweater on.
Yeah.
Have a little sweater on you.
Hello. Hello.
So cute.
Incredibly picky eaters. What they normally
Anywhere else in the world, a scone is like a biscuit. A fancy biscuit, a nice biscuit. But here in Utah, a scone is this piece of bread. Now, Abby was saying that this is something that she grew up around. Like, this is what you know as a scone.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty uniquely Utah thing.
But this is the very first time we've ever seen it, heard of it, or tasted it. So we're gonna give it a go. We had them put butter and honey on it, but they do use this for sandwiches as well, so it's not only a sweet thing.
It to me it looks like bread. Is it bread?
Yeah, it's bread. It's like a, it's not a biscuit, but like a piece of fried bread on the outside, like a donut. It's like a donut.
Okay. So kind of like a bready donut.
But not quite as sweet. This one we got was a donuts. And then
No, a scone nut.
scone nut, that's
It's called
it.
a scone nut.
And they put maple syrup on top. So it's kind of like a maple bar, what you would think of as a maple bar donut. Josh loves bread.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a Hawaiian roll in texture. Plus it's got a little bit of the honey that we added. So it's like a dense Hawaiian roll almost. I like it. It's not a scone, but it's a scone.
So I haven't really explained how we met Abby. Yesterday on Instagram, she actually texted us when we had just arrived to Salt Lake and said, hey, I'm going to be in Salt Lake tomorrow. Let's meet up, let's do something. And so I was like, yes, let's meet up. I'd love to meet with a local. So Abby's been really awesome showing us around Salt Lake today. We love meeting you guys, and it's been so great just learning about her. She's a traveler, which is so exciting to learn all her adventures. But now she has taking us to a place called Swig. It's a soda shop and something cool to do here, or something that the locals do. The drive-through is like totally full here in Salt Lake. What I'm gathering is that they take regular soda like Sprite or Mountain Dew and they add flavors to it to create a new flavor. So they have all these flavorings in the back that they just squeeze it in.
All right, I've got something called the Red Storm. It is Monster energy drink with a fruit blend of things. And Ashley?
It's called Candy Girl and it has actual strawberries in it, so it's making this soda really healthy.
Yeah. My energy drink is really healthy too. If you don't know, Salt Lake City is a major central location for Mormonism. And in Mormonism, there are rules about what you can and can't drink and consume, along with many other religions. However, this is something that grew out of that, those restrictions or traditions, I guess. So somehow, going and getting soda became something cool to do, and now it is all over Utah.
I think it's a fun thing because I've never seen anything like this. It kind of reminds me of the coffee shops we have back home.
Right.
People just come around, pick up their soda and go. And yours looks like more like a slushie.
It's basically a slushie. Yeah. It's a Monster energy drink slushie with fruit.
Delicious. Mountain Dew, strawberry, coconut.
I like yours more than mine. Let's switch.
This is giant. Look, American sizes. This is large, but this is a small. This should be like the medium size. America.
We are back in our Airbnb. The little keyless entry thing worked flawlessly. That's so cool that you can hit a button on your phone and your door will unlock. Yeah, I like that.
It's like, it's unlocked.
When we were riding in the car with Ashley, she's like, so Salt Lake City hasn't stolen my heart, but I think it would actually be a really nice place to live. I think like the city itself as a visitor, it doesn't have like tons of attractions. I know we missed a lot of the major things that you're supposed to come do here, but we were trying to do something a little different than just like see Temple Square and that sort of thing. So
I think a lot of the things that are special here in Salt Lake are the mountains surrounding the area, and so when you do come here, you can come during skiing and snowboarding season, which we're not avid skiers or snowboarders.
I think it was totally worth stopping in and seeing. I think the scones and the soda culture, I guess, was really interesting to me. Just how it's kind of got like its own little bubble of like, oh, that's a scone. Like, no, that's not a scone.
Yeah, here in the U.S., like it's so big that some places call things other things, and we don't even know what they are or about them.
Even though it's the same language, it's different cultures as you go through the states, and that's something that I'm really excited to see as we head out east more.
Oh my gosh!
And then get more southern and hit the East Coast eventually.
Yeah, today was a culture that I've never experienced before in my own country. So it was a little bit of a culture shock for me. Like I was noticing different things. I was noticing
like what?
Well, specifically about like the area being all about the religion. In our area, it's not like that because we've lived in pretty liberal places for quite a long time, and so to be in such a conservative place that focuses so much on the religion, because the men who came here and settled here were Mormon, and so then that just continued to spread.
Like religious pioneers, so they founded this town, and it is like kind of like a central hub of that religion.
Yeah, so it was a really interesting place to come, and extremely a part of the history here in this area.
Yeah. Anyways, totally worth a stop.
And we're thankful for our local that helped us around. It was really cool. We never would have found the things that we did today. I had a list of things to do, but she definitely...
We scrapped it.
Yeah, she definitely gave us some helping tips, and it's so funny that our favorite things were the food and the soda, because some people are gonna like, why did you do that, or
It's local culture, that's what it is.
That soda shop had a line of people waiting outside of the line to go in
Busy.
and get soda.
She said at any given point of the day, you can find like a line outside these soda shops all over Utah and also Idaho.
So funny.
Yeah. So anyways, we had a wonderful day in Salt Lake City. I think you should definitely come check it out. And if you're driving through, stop in and get some soda and some scones.
Yeah, our next stop is Wyoming. We have 2 days of very long drives, so stick around for that, and we'll talk about Wyoming next. I don't know what to expect there. All I really expect is just a lot of nothingness. A lot of land.
We'll think of something to do in the car. So, Wait Fam, I hope we encouraged you to get out there and travel today. Go on a road trip across the U.S.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to wake up and do. We'll see you in the next video.
Good night.
Bye.